And a warm welcome to Art House. I'm Melinda Kinlami. Yes, it's been raining cats and dogs lately, but the art community also has no exceptions when it comes to pouring of chiseled wonders and beautiful colors. For instance, in the nation's capital, Aguddah, a collaboration between two bigwigs birthed this international art fair. Then this artist is no stranger to the program as he shows us his recent collections. You get details of that and more after we hear from our wordsmith for this week. Join us again.
Our wordsmith for today is titled Placebo Effect by Aguddah Andres. Easy, easy, easy. Go easy on the ground of Pami. Easy. Swing your hands, let the bangles dangle. Easy. Sway your waist, let your waistline wiggle. Do anything but rummage in regret. Easy. For the gods themselves have christened you Goddess Easy. Easy Benina Libo. It is God that knows why your troubles caress your lips so, and it is you who should choose who you'd return the kiss to.
Nice one there from our wordsmith. Let's begin in the nation's capital, Abuja, where a collaboration between the Society of Nigerian Artists and the National Gallery of Arts births this international art fair, which is the second in the series.
The Cyprian Ekwensi Center for Arts and Culture is the venue for the second International Art Fair, a high-profile event which the art community in the nation's capital is always itching to encounter because it's an interesting rendezvous organized by the National Gallery of Arts and the Society for Nigerian Artists.
This is the second International Art Fair, and it's holding at the same venue, all in this year alone. Essentially, the whole reason for this is to actually make attempts to put art in its own right place here in Nigeria. A sort of, say, redefinition of the processes to which you exhibit art, and not just marketing art, but placing it in such a manner that you understand that most definitely this is Nigeria's main revenue spinner, and then you need to also understand that it is a thing that is historically ours, and it's a belief thing that we all have been working, stressing hard, that we must keep the glory days for the art to keep coming up.
Show is just about artists and visual artists expressing themselves through art and giving us the opportunity to see what their eyes can actually see or what their hands can actually do, but from a different perspective. So they're giving us the world in a different beauty that explains. I think I would say that every work here explains how the artist feels or felt at a particular time, because that's the inspiration to every art that is here.
The show has groups like galleries and associations boxed in different corners of the amphitheatre space within the centre, with their works of art on display to catch the eye of the visitors.
What we have in our own exhibition stand are 10 works from the masters and 6 works from contemporary artists who are also established, and also some are fledgling. So behind me we have names like Susan Wenger on our exhibition, we have names like Murano Oyelami, we have names like Bruce Onobrakbeya, and we have names like Tola Wewe, we have names like Ifeanyi Obeita. But the idea behind our own exhibition is to show the influence and the inspiration that older artists, have given and impacted upon the younger generation artists. So what we are doing with our exhibition is to leverage on the role, the significance, and the influence of master artists on established and younger and upper-coming artists. So the idea behind our exhibition is to showcase from our rich pool of collection, and then also to access prospects and also to make sales for our collection.
Well, I think it's definitely a country with a very rich culture. There are lots of artists, young artists prominently, and it's really very rich, and there are, from all medias are encompassed, and so it's definitely a very rich culture.
It's an opportunity to either meet the artists, get to interact with the representatives from each group in order to get more insight about the images exhibited, and hopefully that will be enough incentive to woo a potential collector.
I'm a digital artist. I create art using my tablet and different apps on there. And so I have 2 works that are actually featured here, and I'm here with Kavik. So I have that one down there, which is called and it's French for man. And he's basically the quintessential ideal man in the classical Western world. And the colors you see, it's because we get to color him in, but also he has a lot of things that we don't get to see. It's a question of what is it to be a man, and what is it to be an ideal man, and then the things that we don't see that comes with that.
If you look at arts and culture are catalysts for development, and arts and culture are catalysts for tourism. Without arts and culture, what would feed the tourism industry? What would feed the hospitality industry? So if we are looking at a wholesome, sustainable development, we should also focus on the importance of arts and culture and how to enhance its potential to drive, tourism, to create employment and stimulate, revenue for the government.
It's not enough that Nigeria in recent time has neglected the art of painting. Before now, we hardly have this. People who actually paint or recreate things like this are on the limelight. We have different ways of developing income, but not art. art in other Western world has a lot of value, but Nigeria has no value for art and artists, creatives, basically. So it's a good thing that we're actually projecting that outside, that we actually have something like this to actually offer. So
what you're seeing now is because you can see the combinations and then the presence of the U.S. Embassy here today, the Cuban Embassy, and then so many other embassies, Cote d'Ivoire, and then Burkina Faso and the rest, and China are also here. The whole thing is that they have seen now what is happening, and they're beginning to accept that yes, it's a thing that they, will be so very worthy of their own participation. So, and that is what they're doing. That is what you just heard from the inside now.
This is the second collaboration between the National Gallery of Art and Society of Nigerian Artists for this particular art fair, which comes after the success of the maiden edition.
Interesting indeed. And there's more where that came from. That will be after your works of art for this week. And these are the works of art you sent in this week. Let's begin with this oil painting on canvas called Loneliness by Leonard Trapper. Then Olufemi Adedeji has this digital painting called Happiness is Free. Then this ballpoint pen on paper work is called Straight from High School. It's done by Father Oyinks. Then Stanley is asking everyone to celebrate Africa with this biro on paper work. The joy of motherhood is how Ademola Ajayi has captured this mixed media piece done with Ankara fabric and pencil. Then Confidence is what Iwosha Ben has titled this oil painting on canvas. Christopher Anekeli has the driver's tale done with watercolor on paper. Then we have some tributes to the late Queen Elizabeth. This one is called Rest Well, Queen. It's done by Onuha Columbus with oil on canvas. Then Young Queen Elizabeth, 1952. That's what Dari Popola has called this work, done with charcoal pencil on paper. And that concludes the works of art you sent in this week. We appreciate you as always for sending them in and encourage you to keep them coming. Don't forget to tag them properly as well as you upload them for our viewing pleasure.
The head will never be the tail.
Sylvester Aguddah is showing us his recent collection in this solo exhibition titled Art of Heart in Lagos.
Art of Heart is a departure from multi-talented artist Sylvester Aguddah's signature style. Not entirely though, as we still see some paper collage images feature alongside wood pieces.
Art of Heart just goes to show the connection between life and art. Like people say, art is life. Everything about us is art. It could be fashion, it could be stories and all that. But one thing I've tried to do over time is to tell African stories in the most contemporary way with my art. And trust me, art is not complete if it doesn't come from within. So it's fun and it's exciting when you do what you are passionate about. When your heart loves something, you never get tired of making those things or doing those things. Even if you make mistakes, you are not discouraged.
He has used wood to create collage impressions coming from paper collage to fabric, frame offcuts till this present mixed media discovery.
Advanced in my works. As a collage and mixed media artist, I've tried different materials and I've been able to bring the best out of those materials. In this exhibition, I'm showing more of my recent discovery, which is working with wood. It's very exciting. I've never tried it before, but I'm very happy to share with my collectors and audience that, you know, nothing is impossible. You can tell the African stories with whichever medium you want. But, you know, the beauty of it is that for me, as a self-taught artist, I call myself the God-taught artist because I get my inspirations from God, and what I do is purely a gift. So I'm grateful for my talent, I'm grateful for my gift, and from my heart. This is the only way I can show appreciation.
The artist is evolving and trying his hands on new concepts in order to keep his collectors excited and engaged whenever he shows off his pieces.
I started with paper collage, and I'm sure over the years, most of the works that I do are paper. And so from paper, I moved to fabric. One thing that's very key is that it's not easy for you to bet an idea. Ideas are not easy to come by. So it takes the grace of God for you to bet or nurture an idea. And it's another thing for you to bring that idea to life. And so I started with paper collage, something I've been doing for over 25 years. And I think life is about variety. What can you do differently but still maintain your identity? So I tried fabric, came out really well. I had an exhibition where it was mostly fabric. From fabric, I moved to wood offcuts. Wood and frame offcuts, and the whole idea was to turn waste to wealth. Those things were discarded, and I was able to use them excellently well. I explored that option, and I thought I can do something else. So I started using metal strings. I moved to metal strings, and somebody will say, "Why is this artist just trying to do different things?" But one thing that I maintain is the collage idea. Everything I do is still collage, but just the differences. Right now, I've used wood. And I'm very happy to share with my audience this medium. It wasn't easy, but I've been able to navigate. Somebody said, "Oh, are you now into sculpturing and all that?" I said, "No, but this looks like it. But this is my own wooden collage, and I'm happy about it."
He has been growing, and for this exhibition now, he has found a way to do abstracts with wood in a way that, you know, you still have your subjects in view, and it's an amazing experience being here. It's amazing.
It's been a long way coming, with Mr. Sylvester Aguddah. His exhibitions have been wonderful. From time immemorial, he has never done works that we've not appreciated. His works have cut across lifestyle, family, important social topics that are presently occurring in the nation too as well. He has done his best to reflect a whole lot of these in his artworks. And presently at his exhibition today, The Art of Hearts, I must confess that he has also gone further. He has also gone further to really push that narrative of expressing yourself in whatever medium or media that you find really comfortable.
The world currently is going through a lot of challenges. There are economic challenges, there are political challenges. People are going through a lot of depression. But I want my art to be a therapy. I want my art to be something that will put a smile on people's faces. And so I've been able to use very vibrant colors, earthy materials that are natural, that you can connect with easily. And so in this exhibition, when you step into this hall, I'm sure you put your problems and your worries aside and you feel life. So Art of Hearts is life. And like they say, life itself is an art.
The inspiration remains the same. The divine creator who has put ideas in his heart to churn out good art.
And for what to expect the next time you tune in, take a look.
Coming up on the next edition of the program, we see the heart of art at LVI Gallery and Cultural Nexus New Lagos location. Still in Lagos to enjoy Desire Lines, a group exhibition at the Affinity Art Gallery. We encourage you to keep liking, sharing and viewing our page so more people can enjoy the ever-bubbly and ingenious art scene in the country.
Your art house experience doesn't have to end when the show is not on television. Interact with us on our various social media platforms. See any edition of Art House on our website or YouTube page. Join our very interactive Facebook page by joining the group on Art House on Channels. We're everywhere.
And that's how we draw the curtain on this week's episode of Art House. Thank you so much for being a part of it. And I look forward to interacting with you on any of our social media platforms. Do remember that you can see this and other episodes of Art House just by going to our YouTube page. View, like, and share so more people can enjoy the wonderful world of the arts. I'm Melinda Akinlami. Stay safe and keep being creative.